Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Beaufort County where a silver alert has been issued. Now, the North Carolina Center for Missing Persons is asking for the public's help in finding 79-year-old William Billy Campbell. Campbell is believed to be suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's. Now, he is described as a white man with short white hair and blue eyes. He is 5 feet 7 inches tall and 135 pounds. Now, Campbell was last seen wearing a gray t-shirt and blue jeans. His last known location was the Smithfield area. The North Carolina Center for Missing Persons reports that he was heading to JR Cigars and was driving a black 2023 Ford F-150 with the license plate HLF 5765. His front license plate reads Billy. Now, if anyone has information on Campbell's whereabouts, please contact the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office at 252-946-0101. And now we want to turn our attention to the dismissal of 2 indictments against James Comey and Letitia James. NBC's Alice Barr has more on the developments from Washington.
This morning, the Department of Justice is vowing to appeal a federal judge's ruling, throwing out the criminal charges against 2 of President Trump's political adversaries, former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James.
We'll be taking all available legal action, including an immediate appeal, to hold Letitia James and James Comey accountable.
The judge found that Lindsay Halligan, President Trump's hand-picked interim U.S. attorney in Virginia, was not lawfully appointed because of laws limiting how long top prosecutors can serve without Senate confirmation. Halligan, a former personal attorney to President Trump with no prior experience as a prosecutor, was the only lawyer to sign the Comey and James indictments, so the judge ruled both should be dismissed. Others in the office and Halligan's ousted predecessor found there was not enough evidence to indict. Indictments that came after President Trump pressured Attorney General Pam Bondi on social media to charge Comey and other political opponents.
Comey's a crooked guy. He has been for years.
Comey pleaded not guilty to charges related to lying to Congress and obstructing a congressional investigation. He maintains the charges were political.
The message has to be sent that the President of the United States cannot use the Department of Justice to target his political enemies.
James, who previously brought civil fraud charges against President Trump, pleaded not guilty to misleading her bank to get a better mortgage rate. In a statement, she said she remains fearless in the face of what she called baseless charges. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Thank you very much, Alice, for that report. We now want to again let you know we do have breaking news into the newsroom. The missing person we actually just mentioned has been located. William Billy Campbell again has been located. Silver alert has now been pulled. All right, good news there. Now let's talk about your weather forecast. We've got cloud cover right now spreading over eastern North Carolina. These clouds, though, not the kind that are going to give us rain anytime soon. Right now, these again are looking fairly thin, and we've got multi-layered clouds. Clouds in the middle of the atmosphere and up above in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That is, again, not really the type of clouds that are going to be providing rain showers. Those raindrop clouds, those will be coming in later on today. Some nimbostratus for those of you who want to, again, know the true phrase for, again, rain clouds that we're going to be seeing, the nimbostratus clouds. Those will be in later on today. 52 degrees right now in Greenville at Pitt Greenville Airport. Dew point right now at 50 degrees. Like seeing that dew point that high. Again, if we could get a little bit higher, hopefully we can squeeze a little bit more rain out of the system that, again, will be crossing over eastern North Carolina tonight into tomorrow morning. It's, again, we are in need of the raindrops, so as much rain as we can get is a good thing. Right now, massive spread of air temps across eastern North Carolina. We've got 49 in Rocky Mount, 43 in Roanoke Rapids, but as you head towards down East Carteret County and Cape Hatteras, you're looking at 67 degrees. If we just had, maybe one spot at 67, I would say, all right, maybe we've got an issue with the thermometer. Maybe, again, there was a hot breeze, maybe someone had a hair dryer out on the thermometer. But no, this again looks real, like we have just got a massive spread of air temperatures across the area. I think most of us will be warming up into the 70s today. It'll likely be, I would say, upper 60s to mid 70s is the true range, but I'd put most of us around 70 to around 73 degrees coming up this afternoon. As far as your current winds, still seeing a bit of an easterly component, but these winds will be shifting southerly, completely southerly by the time we get to around lunchtime today. Right now, you're starting to see that southerly flow across Beaufort and Hatteras, which is why those two areas are right now sitting at 67 degrees. We've got a lot of warm air to our south, so once our winds completely shift, it'll push everybody's air temperatures up. So for those of you watching along the Virginia line, at least close to it, do note that you will be again seeing some more warmth coming in. I know it's been a chilly morning. Not to worry, we've got warmer air on the way. Should be getting into the upper 60s across Roanoke Rapids later on today. Right now, we're looking at winds holding out of the south through the day until we get to around 6 p.m. From there, we may see a little bit more of a southwesterly component with the winds. That's really not going to adjust much for us. We're still going to be getting, again, hot air rolling in. But once we get into your Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, those winds will shift again. That is a cold front moving across the area, and that's when we really see that cold air start to knock our air temperatures down. We've been talking about it pretty much all week long. There is going to be a big blast of cold air reaching the eastern portion of the United States. We are going to feel some of it, but look here again, look at where a lot of that cold air kind of extends south and then stops right along the mountains. A lot of that cold air will not be able to make it over the mountains and into eastern North Carolina. So while we will be chilly, we will be cold, this is not, again, going to be as bad as it could have been if that cold air had dipped south of the mountains across northern Georgia. Once that happens, that's when we really kind of see a lot of that cold air being able to get pushed up across South Carolina and into North Carolina, and that's when we really see those cold snaps take hold for several days. So this will, again, be a dip. It will be cold at times, but I don't think, again, we're going to be seeing a lot of that chill linger for too long. Here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. 73 today, 77 coming up for tomorrow. And then again, the air temperatures drop and do so quickly. We go from 77 to 54, over a 20-degree drop from Wednesday into Thanksgiving. But it doesn't stop there. 46 degrees for your high on Friday, but it's 26 degrees overnight Friday night into Saturday morning. That should draw your eye. That is, again, a hard freeze across eastern North Carolina. If you've got sensitive plants outside, make sure you bring them in, or at least aware you're going to need to bring them in coming up Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. After that, we watch for rain showers showing back up next week. Right now, looks like they're scheduled to arrive Monday and Tuesday along the coast. Now, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. News and Weather Update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.